Hi there, welcome back to Fresh Start Budgeting. I've just kind of got all my stuff together today, and I'm looking forward to starting out in July and you seeing what we're able to do with July's numbers. I always love a fresh start, and here we are, a fresh start every month to try new things. And so I'm really happy to have you along on our journey. I'm a single mother of two teenage daughters, one with a disability, as well as my partner is on disability himself. So hopefully you'll join me in navigating through this. And let's go. Let's get started. Today we've got a blank piece of paper. That always feels good. It's the start of the month. It's an opportunity to try again and to get things figured out in a better way. So that's where we are today. And so join me as I create our July calendar and then jot out where the different payments are going to be. Go. There's my calendar jotted out for July. Unfortunately, my wonderful children must have come by and seen that I had different pens and highlighters and things and taken those away from me. So I'm left with a very plain spread, which is fine. I just need to be able to track where everything goes, but color coordination or anything else like that right now is out the window until I figure out what's happened to those. So as you can see, I've started out my first week of July actually starts in June because we have a few different payments that happen there and then happen in the second part of July. I have used Friday as the end point of the week and Saturday as the start. That's probably going to change every month because it just really depends on when my pay dates are, because mine are twice monthly. So I get mine on the 30th and the 15th of the month, and my partner gets his a few days before the end of the month, and then the 22nd. So those are payment days. So let's start there. Okay. So there's all our payment dates. A few things that I'm changing here is that I'm allocating spending for each payment, rather than I was grouping them together and just trying to figure out how to navigate around there. I'm not going to do that. Okay, well, it's a goal. Progress, not perfection. So that's one of the first goals that I have, and kind of how I'm managing the income here. Okay, so there's the income, and then we're going to put in, so with that kind of spirit in mind. For this particular payment, what we actually discovered, because it's now July 2nd, what we discovered was the licensing fee, or the licensing debt that we had for my partner was not 700. When we went, they must have added on some other fees and things like that. So it actually ended up being 940. And then we did a debt payment with the remainder portion of that. So that was 260 that we did there. We brought forward the other portion of the debt payment to mine, and it was 240, because the total amount we pay there is 500. We do have our cell phones, which again is quite high, but it is lowering because we're paying off some of the phones now within this month and next month. So the actual bill is lowering, but I'm continuing to pay the 500 because I want to be able to create almost like a mini emergency fund buffer in the bills, in that will be paid a month in advance. So I'm just going ahead and I'm sending the money rather than keeping it here with me. I know that that means I'm giving away money, but it's better for us because it's out of sight, out of mind, and it's gone kind of idea. And then my mother's internet payment, she was giving me money at some point to be able to cover a portion of this, but that's not happening right now, and that's okay. I'm still okay right now to be able to do it, so I'm sending that. And then it should also be here, but because of just the space, I'm putting it here. This is my first debt payoff. I settled a collection debt, which is actually quite embarrassing. I hadn't looked at debt or my credit report in a very long time, but I'm now actively going through that. And one of the debts, and this will kind of tell you where I was at the time in terms of how things were going, was actually a bill that was $300, and so I settled that and had it deleted from my collection record for $150. I'm going to make sure that it gets deleted from my collection record, but that's what the settlement was. So it gives you a good insight in terms of the real trouble I was in at the time, that I would avoid a bill that was only $300 for this number of years and have to settle it as a collection is quite shocking. So, but I'm happy that that's been dealt with. Okay, then what else is coming is we've got a few subscriptions. So we've got Netflix on the 3rd for 22, and I do all round numbers because whatever I've rounded up, so anything that's less than this just ends up kind of in our bank account. I don't want to deal with cents and that kind of thing. Discovery Plus, $6. Disney Plus, everybody's got a plus. It's 13. Adobe, I do use Adobe, or my daughter does. She's got a small sticker business, so we do use that. And then the 13th is Prime. I've canceled a bunch of channels, so those shouldn't come through, but I still have Amazon Prime. Okay, then on the 15th, we're going to have internet for ourselves. I'm pushing it to this date just because of the amount of bills that happen up here. Electric. So this is not electric and water is $350. There's supposed to be some relief that's coming with this, but I don't know when and if that is coming, so we're still going there. And the same thing, our natural gas and water. Actually, I'm not sure how they they separate it between electric and this other payment, but it's $150 a month. Okay. Then I've got on the 17th is mobile for my mother. So her cell phone bill is quite small. I did buy her just a phone, so she has no contract or anything like that. So she just has minutes, basically. And then Equifax. Because I am taking a really detailed look at my credit reports and everything else like right now, that's what I'm paying for Equifax. So that's our total. You will notice that there is no rent and no mortgage payment. I am fortunate right now that living with my partner, he actually has an arrangement with his parents for his mortgage where he does some work with them, and right now that's being paid with them. They actually own the home and he's making payments to them for it. So that does definitely help us out with these different things. Okay, so my other goals for July is going to be make sure that we track all spending. And that we pay extra to our bills. And so again, that's just to create that kind of buffer. So I'm happy with that. So now I'm gonna do just a breakdown. I have been doing like the needs, wants, debts, and savings, and I'm gonna continue that right now. So let's take a look at how I can set that up. Okay, so we're just gonna say that this is my July breakdown. And I'm going to do my needs up here. I'm just going to show it by pay period, or by payment date. So that first one is going to be my partner's, mine, my partner's. That's kind of what I'm doing, just so I can see it. So for needs, I know that in that first period there's nothing. So it's just P2, P3, P4. I'm going to come down here with the wants. And I think right now I'll just primarily focus in on these first couple pay periods, but I want to put what I know right now, and then my debts and savings. And this one will have P1, P2, P3, and P4. Okay. And then down here, I'll just put the, like what the breakdown is that we know right now. So I'm going to know what I kind of have left. So this is the income. It's 1,200, 25, 25, and 12. What I've already done with mine is that I have received a few increases from this, but any increases I've had, I've sent directly to my retirement savings because it was just... I needed that to happen automatically to kind of get where I needed it to go. Okay, so we'll start here with the debts. So we had the, I'm considering the licensing fees a debt because they were old tickets that hadn't been dealt with. So I'm considering it a debt, and that was $940. Okay, and then we had my partners at $260 and $240. We have mine at $150 right now that I put there. Okay. With the needs, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do my different utility payments. I guess I could just call it utilities, but I'll break it down. This is where I forget. I just did it, but I forget. Okay. The internet, and then it's just internet, electric, hospital, gas is going to be in the third one. Okay. right, and then I've got, okay, so let's, and then once I've got subscriptions, which I did write down a total for. We've got 82 here and 21. Okay, so I'm just gonna see what I've got left after these things that I know. Okay, so P1, we spent out a total, so we've got nothing left. For P2, we've got, and my calculator is going to tell me I have a low battery, but let's cross our fingers that it lasts. Well, let's try again. Let's cross our fingers that it lasts for this full video, at least. Maybe longer? Can we hope for longer? 240 plus 150 is 1172. So if I go, I'm going to take 2500, gives me 1328. Okay, let's do the third period. There's nothing there. It's been a long time since I've had to use one of these. 671 is 1829. So this is where we've created some space for ourselves in this latter part of the period. And then in the fourth period, I don't have anything. But what I would like to be a goal is that we hit these up a week earlier and do these here. And so I'm just gonna, you know what? Let's claim it. So let's do it. And that will leave me 700 unless I don't know how to count, which is totally possible, especially when you're doing these videos. I don't know if anybody else notices that, but like it seems like any kind of skill or knowledge or just anything goes out the window when you're doing these. So I'm gonna move forward then to what else I've got and that I know. So in this first period, we've got food. This is the first period. And I'm putting 500. I'm trying to get it down to that covers both our grocery and any kind of ordering. I don't know how other people do it. We're a family of 4. I don't know how people do it on less. I don't know if food prices between Canada and the States are significantly different. I definitely noticed the UK food prices seem to be quite a bit lower, but this is a progress point for us, believe it or not. I will show kind of how our food prices have gone, our food budget has gone down, and I'm really trying to meal plan out these 2 weeks because it is a little bit tighter than I would like it to be. Then we've got transit, and we don't have a car, so this is like bus tickets for the family, taxis that we need to go, that kind of thing. Under wants, my daughter has her graduation photos and really want to be able to purchase those. Again, the price seems really high, but we're going with it. I'm going to say 300. Let's see where we are now. We were at 1328. Let's take out the food, plus the nothing, minus transit, and minus the photos equals, that's pretty much all we've got. Okay, good to know. So we've got 378, and we're gonna do personal. I'll do, I need something just to have on me, so I'm gonna say 30 here. And then my other daughter spending. Okay. I'm gonna say 100. I just had this realization. I need the medical marijuana, and this is going to be really cutting it close. Minus 130 is 248. So that's what he's got. He's got 240. Okay. All right. That's the reality. So there you go. That's what this first very least this first period looks like. But what I am happy with is these are knocked off. These are done, gone. My bills are done gone, so it's just kind of like we just have to deal with it and accept it in terms of what that looks like. So this is what the month is going to look like. I've got more to play with here, and I want it to go into more savings things and other stuff. This period really dealt with some heavy numbers. I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to you journeying with me through July as we kind of figure this stuff out. Take care.